Okay, so get this. What if the very tool you use to keep your computer safe and sound could actually be tricked into destroying it? Sounds like something out of a movie, right? Well, it's not. This is the story of a vulnerability that turned a simple cleaner app into a weapon. Let's get into it. You know those apps, right? The ones that promise to clean up all the junk files and make your computer run like new? We all use them. They're kind of like digital housekeepers, just tidying things up so we don't have to. But what if that housekeeper could be tricked? What if someone could whisper in its ear and give it some really, really bad instructions? Suddenly, it's not just throwing out the trash. It's being fooled into tossing out the keys to your entire system. And that brings us right to our first point, the flaw in the cleaner itself. And yeah, this isn't just some what-if scenario. This was a real-deal vulnerability in a super popular app. So the official name is a mouthful, CVE-2025-53503. It was found in Trend Micro's Cleaner 1 Pro. And the crazy part? The weak spot was in its junk files cleanup feature. I mean, the one thing it's supposed to do right could be used to do everything wrong. Talk about irony. So how does this even happen? It's not like a big, loud attack. It's actually way more sneaky. Think of it like a misleading signpost, which is exactly what we're going to talk about next. Okay, first things first, you need to know what a local attacker is. This isn't some hacker on the other side of the planet. No, this is someone who's already managed to get a tiny foothold on your computer. But they don't have much power. Not yet anyway. They're like a guest in your building's lobby. They're inside, but they can't get into any of the important rooms. So here's the scam. The attacker, our guest, plants a fake digital signpost. In tech speak, it's a junction. Now, when you go to run the cleaner app, it sees that signpost and thinks, oh, I'm supposed to clean up junk over there. But nope, that signpost is a lie. It actually points to a super important system folder. The cleaner, being cluelessly helpful, follows the sign and poof, it deletes a critical file it was never supposed to touch. Now, you might be thinking, so what? It's just one file. But that one file is the key to everything. This is where the attacker goes from being a simple guest to the master of the entire system. See, this isn't just about deleting something. It's about taking a locked door and blowing it right off its hinges. They're not just breaking a file. They're breaking the system's security in a way that lets them climb the ladder power-wise. And this whole process has a name. It's called privilege escalation. It's pretty straightforward. On one side, you've got the low-privileged guest. They can't really do anything important. On the other side, you've got system, basically the master of the computer. This account is like having God mode. It could do anything, install anything, delete anything. This one little flaw is the bridge that lets an attacker walk right from the guest side to the master side. And that is the end game. That's the whole point. By tricking this simple cleaner tool, the attacker becomes the master of your machine. They're not just a nuisance anymore. They have full control. Okay, I know that all sounds pretty terrifying, but don't worry, this story has a happy ending. And it's a surprisingly simple one, which brings us to the one-click fix. So how do you stop it? What kind of complex security gymnastics do you have to do to prevent an attacker from pulling this off and becoming the master of your machine? Well, it takes exactly one thing. Just one. A single, simple software update from Trend Micro. And you have to give them credit. They patched this thing up fast. And that's the lesson here, really. The most powerful defense against so many of these clever attacks is just updating your software. That's it. One click, and that door is locked shut again. So what are the big takeaways here? Well, first, even the tools you trust the most can have these hidden, powerful flaws. Second, remember that term privilege escalation? That's how a small threat becomes a huge one. And finally, the most important and maybe the most boring advice of all, just keep your software updated. Seriously, it's your absolute best line of defense. So I'll leave you with this question. Think about your own phone or computer right now. What's that one app you use all the time? The one you totally trust. Got it? Okay, when was the last time you updated it?